which translates in the north as Broad Bay, and a bay is sort of a square-shaped place. Now, just go around the roundabout, and on the left is Tesco supermarket. That's a rather big supermarket here in Lerwick, and a beautiful cafe called Fiara where you can sit and sometimes see seals and very occasionally otters. It's a lovely place to sit and have a coffee and something to eat. On the right structure, that is a broch. If you can see that out the right hand side, and the brochs were built about 2,000 years ago. You can see this is only the bottom that's left of the broch. At one time that would have stood 13 metres high, and it would have been a double chair, and they're not exactly sure what the brochs were built for. It may have been a status symbol, it may have been defence, but archaeologists don't just completely know. However, they are actually wonderful to go inside, and we have the best preserved broch in the world in Shetland, still standing at 13 metres on the island of Musa, and that's absolutely wonderful to go and see. You have to go over by boat, and that's wonderful. We're now in a very residential area. This is the south end of Lerwick, and I actually live in this area, which is quite a nice place to live because there's no industrial things here, and there's a sandy beach which the people on the left may be able to see when we go up the top of the hill. It's called the Sands of Sound. It's rather a lovely name, I think, for that beach, and I'm very fortunate that I can get a good view out my living room window of there, because I live in one of those coloured houses away near the far edge of the hill there, and they're sort of a nod to our Norse heritage as well. They're wooden coloured houses, which is very nice. Some of them are housing association houses, some of them are private, and all the houses on the right hand side here are private houses. So as you can see out the left, you will see a beautiful view there of the bay, and over towards the island of Bresa, which we'll get a better view of when we come over the top of the hill here. On the left, you'll see a white, kind of creamish looking building with striped brownish bits on it. That's part of our meteorological office here, and that's where they set off the weather balloons, and they do that every day, twice a day, at 11:15 in the morning, 11:15 at night, and then once a week they attach instruments to measure the ozone. And on the right here, this is where we get our water from. So this provides the water, drinking water, for a lot of the central mainland of Shetland. You'll maybe see some sheep here on the sides of the road, and hopefully we'll see some cute little lambs jumping about. These aren't Shetland sheep, these ones. These are crossbreeds. They're bigger as the Shetland sheep. Shetland sheep are quite small. Oh, there's a lamb there, if you can see him out the window on the right hand side there. He's just disappearing actually. And coming up on the left and the right hand side of the bus, we're passing the Brygarth pony stud. So hopefully you'll get your first glimpse of Shetland ponies. There's one's quite far up on the right there, on the side of the hill, and I see some down here on the left too, just coming up. is the hamlet of Lerwick. It's named after a woman called Gulbera, and she was a Viking princess, and people used to come up to the beach here and visit Gulbera, and they used to maybe rest for a while, and she was quite a high status Princess Gulbera. So hence the name Lerwick, because it's a big square-shaped bay, so wick being square-shaped bay. This is the area on the right where the Dutch used to trade. You see there's a mound here with it looks like a metal post sticking out. That's where the Dutch used to come and trade, and it's still known as Hollanders now. And now being a sort of small hill. So we still speak about nows. You'll notice here that this is, in Shetland dialect, which is what we speak, we call this area the Black Git. So it's called black because of the colour of the peat, and peat is what everyone used to burn in their open fires back in the day, and peat is compressed ancient vegetation per year, and people, when they had the crofts, which is small holdings, because there's not much farming land here, it's more small holdings, just enough to keep a family. So you would have a croft house and maybe one cow and a few sheep, and you would plant your own vegetables and you'd be self-sufficient. And they would burn the peat. We'll speak more about that later. On the right is a shooting range for clay pitching shooting. That was built for the tall ships. The first, not the tall ships, sorry, the island games. I'm thinking about the tall ships because we actually have the tall ships this year, but it was in fact built for the island games back in 2005. So they built, oh, there's a very cute little lamb, a brown one on the left. So these island games are islands around the world partake in what we call the island games, and Shetland it always represented then, and this year it is in Guernsey in the Channel Islands. So it's very exciting, it's every 2 years. We're just coming up to Scalloway and we're going to stop at the viewpoint here. You're going to get out because it's a beautiful view and you can take some photographs here. There's an information board as well. It might be a bit uneven underfoot, so if you could please take care. This is actually a really busy road, so can you please stay on the side of the bus here where the door is, because there's traffic coming and going all the time and we don't want anybody to step out in front of the traffic. You can get some lovely photos from here and the fishing markets and the fishing industry out there, which is a bit of a shame for the view of the castle, because you used to get a beautiful reflection there when it was nice and still and you would see the castle reflected on the water, but not anymore. So we're not going into Scalloway, we're going to take a right and we're going to head into the Tingwall Valley. You can see a road there to the left of the bus that heads out to islands called Trandra and Burra, and they are connected by bridges that were built in 1971. I can't just remember that being built, and there's another island beyond, so 2 small bridges connecting these beautiful little islands. And we're heading now into the Tingwall Valley, which the underlying geology in the Tingwall Valley is limestone, so it's actually very fertile. And we're going to stop at Carol's Ponies here, and that's the Ramneberg Stud. Now Ramneberg is the name of Carol's stud, and Carol and her family have had ponies going back generations. Carol and Carol's mother before her. I'm not sure if Carol's mother, if her great-grandmother had them, and her grandmother, I'm not sure about that, but she'll tell you all about the ponies. She's a pony expert. And Carol does have a donation box. She raises money for cancer, but don't feel any pressure to donate. I'm just telling you that there is a donation box there. She is a twice cancer survivor, and she only took 1 day off when she was ill, which was when the cruise ships were in, which is pretty impressive. And I'll just remember you again to not to put your hand